Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about Enemy Agent. Enemy Agent is a game manufactured in 1975 by Milton Bradley. The game is a two-player game and is a roll, spin, and movement game. It has a very good Cold War feel to it. It is for ages 9 and up and plays for about an hour. So let's dig into it a little further, shall we? In 1975, Milton Bradley put out the game Enemy Agent. You play in a divided city split by a border wall, kind of like East and West Berlin. Your mission is to cross through the wall into enemy territory and find their master plan before they find yours. You control a team of 6 international travelers. 3 of them, their true identities known only to you, are crack espionage agents, sworn to find the hidden plan and bring it back to your country first. Your team is under surveillance, however, facing passport checks from the police and even possible arrest, but one of your agents must get through to win. The game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with 8 buildings, 4 red and 4 blue with matching roofs, 16 people, inspectors and travelers, which are numbered, 16 plastic people bases, 8 red and 8 blue, 24 passports with descriptions of the travelers, 2 for each traveler, 12 blue and 12 red, 1 passport scanner, 2 dice, 1 regular and 1 colored, 2 master plan cards, both marked top secret, 2 wall sections, 2 plastic wall base ends, 4 plastic wall bases, and 32 checkpoint cards. Each player picks a color. The red passports are used by the red player and the blue ones are used by the blue player. For each traveler, there are 2 passports, one as a tourist and the other as a secret agent. To the eye, they are identical, but each passport has a coded area near the bottom which, when placed into the scanner, will show the traveler is a secret agent or as a tourist. Before the game starts, each player secretly determines which 3 of their travelers will be secret agents and which 3 will be tourists. As there are 2 possible passports for each traveler, the player using their side of the scanner sort out the corresponding 6 passports to be used in the game. The unused passports are put aside and not used at all. A player should remember by the numbers on the back of their travelers which are secret agents and which are tourists. They may, however, examine their own passports at any time during the game. Whoever rolls the highest on the regular dice goes first, and then in turn a player rolls both dice. The colored dice indicates the number of people that can be moved. The regular dice indicates the number of squares each person can be moved. Tourists, agents, inspectors, or any combination of them may be moved in a turn. Travelers and inspectors may leave their starting space by any of the adjoining gray squares. All may move in any direction and must move the full count on the regular dice. If the square at the end of the full count is occupied by any of your people, move to the next empty square. The same piece may not be moved over or stop on the same square twice in one turn. Travelers and inspectors may move over 1 or more occupied squares, counting these squares as they go. Only 2 opposing 1 red and 1 blue piece may occupy 1 square. A sentry box square is an exception to this rule, as any number of pieces may wait there. The sentry box square is the space in front of the actual guard boxes that are on the wall piece. In order to get to or leave the opponent's area, travelers must be moved through a checkpoint, with the exception of a special rule that I will be going over in a moment. All travelers must stop on the checkpoint space before going through the doorway in the wall, whether they are going into or leaving the opponent's area. Checkpoints are the circled squares at the doorways on the wall. If the throw of the dice would move the traveler through the wall, it immediately stops on the circled checkpoint square, and the player then immediately draws a checkpoint card. If the card says pass, the traveler moves through the wall entrance the remaining number of squares left on their throw. If it says do not pass, then they move directly to the sentry box square and their turn ends. If the throw of a dice moves a traveler to a checkpoint square by exact count, the traveler waits there and their turn ends. In the following turn, when a player wishes to move that traveler from the checkpoint circle or sentry box square through the wall, they throw a dice and then take a checkpoint card. If it says pass, then you move the traveler through and continue as any regular throw. If the card says do not pass, they move the traveler to the square in front of the sentry box or leave it there if they're already there and move other pieces as in a regular throw. A traveler in the sentry box square stays there until a pass card is drawn in the following turn. Inspectors are not allowed to go through a checkpoint and may not remain on a circled square for more than one turn. An inspector may arrest any of his opponent's travelers, tourists, or agents in a regular turn. This is done by landing on the same square as the traveler by exact count. Upon being arrested, the traveler must show his or her passport and it is put in the scanner. If the arrested traveler is a tourist, the passport is returned and the tourist stays where he or she is. The inspector, having made an embarrassing false arrest, is immediately sent to his jail to do guard duty for 2 turns. After 2 turns, the inspector may leave from there. If 2 false arrests are made by the same player, the inspector who made the second arrest is removed from the game. Likewise, if 2 additional false arrests are made, the remaining inspector is removed from the game. If the arrested traveler's passport shows an agent has been arrested, the agent and their passport are out of the game. If the same agent is carrying the master plan, it is put back in the same building as before and game continues. Please note it may be advisable near the beginning of the game not to make too many arrests. A player without inspectors for protection is severely handicapped. At the beginning of the game, your top secret master plan card was hidden in one of your 4 buildings. Your opponent doesn't know which building it is. They do exactly the same. Players move their travelers, agents, or tourists so they land on either of the 2 shaded squares in front of their opponent's building by exact count. The player may immediately ask, or at the beginning of the following turn, if the master plan is in that building. When the inquiry is made, the opponent then asks to see that traveler's passport. They put it into their side of the passport scanner, which will show whether the traveler is a tourist or a secret agent. If it is a tourist passport, the opponent should not divulge any information. If it is a secret agent's passport, the opponent must tell that player whether the master plan is or is not located in that building. If the plan is not there, nothing happens. If the plan is in that building, the opponent must give it to the player who will place it on the slot under the secret agent's arm. In the same or following turn, players then move that agent towards the wall and back to their own area, if possible, before being arrested by an opponent's inspector. After they have picked up their opponent's master plan, the secret agent hurries back with it. An agent returning with the plan may go through a checkpoint or use the following special rule. When they are near the wall and throw doubles on the dice, they may go over the wall. If you roll doubles and do not move your entire die roll, you may continue over the wall with your existing die roll. If you are already along the path of the wall, any doubles thrown will automatically get you there. The player whose secret agent successfully returns with their opponent's master plan first wins the game. There are a couple special situations I do need to mention. If you lose both of your inspectors, don't give up. You can now concentrate on your agents eluding the opponent's inspectors. Be sure to use the over wall rule when nearing the wall. Keep playing even when you lose all 3 agents. Your inspectors may still be able to eliminate your opponent's secret agents before one of them is successful. This would make the game a draw with no winner, as tourists never become secret agents, leaving no one to find the master plan. If one player loses both their inspectors and all 3 of their agents, and their opponent has 1 or more agents left in the board, the opponent wins the game without any further play. When all 4 inspectors are out of the game, 2 from each side of the wall, the game will then become a race to see who can get back to their area first with their opponent's master plan. Well, this has been an overview of Enemy Agent. Enemy Agent is a very good game. It feels like it's a very old, gritty spy drama. You feel like you're in a James Bond or the height of the Cold War with the KGB agents closing in on you. You're dab center in the middle of East and West Berlin. The pieces of this game are very well built. The wall looks amazing. The little houses are built to last. They aren't cheap materials. They were built to last. They look amazing. The game itself plays for about an hour, but it doesn't feel that way. It just kind of draws you in and immerses you. The passport reader is a really good mechanic for this game because you're at a border crossing. It just kind of gives you additional flavor and sucks you right in. You're never quite sure if you're at bitten or not, when you stop someone, so you're never quite sure, which gives that nice mystery feel to it. The game itself goes online for anywhere from about 10 to 30 bucks. So as the game goes, it's not very hard to get a hold of, and it is very affordable. As for the learning curve of this game, it's very easy to learn. The game itself is for ages 9 and up, so it's very easy to teach the kids. There's not a lot of heavy rules to it. As for a more of an adult level, it is a strategy game, and it also is a mystery piece game. So you're never quite sure what's going on, where their plan is, where they're sending their agents. So you have a nice playtime through it. It is classified as a introductory strategy game, in my opinion, because again, the learning curve is so easy on this game. But if you haven't played this game, I would strongly recommend playing this game, because it is a really good game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Enemy Agent by Milton Bradley. If there's a game in the future that you would like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.